You know, I never set out to become the girl of letterpress. I really never had an ambition or a goal as to what I wanted to set out to achieve. I just wanted to be making beautiful things and to be able to feel it and to really put my heart into paper and ink and print and machines and to be able to make something so beautiful and so tactile and just something which I would personally really love. I just so felt that it's something that I felt like I needed to do. I'm Alischa Herrmann and I'm the founder, designer, printer, crazy lady of Bespoke Letterpress in Bowral and Southern Highlands of regional New South Wales. We're so lucky with our climate in the Highlands, which I think is what draws a lot of people here. To raise a family, we've got 3 little kids. It's a beautiful area and the people are really lovely and it feels like home. It is home. So started Bespoke in 2008. You know, it was just this press in this dusty under-house space, cavity basically. And yeah, started tinkering away there and spent the first 5 years of Bespoke's life in Brisbane. One of the reasons I was probably drawn to letterpress and why I've probably stuck with it for so long is it's never easy. There's never one formula that works for every job, but I think for me I kind of need that because it keeps my brain ticking and it keeps me constantly trying to problem solve. I've always really loved paper, so I think being able to now print on paper and to combine that traditional technique with these beautiful papers and to be able to get something that's so tactile and it's so rich and it's got that feeling and you can feel the heart in it, for me I think is what I really love. You know, it's impressing a little bit of that love into the paper. A lot of financial challenges in trying to do this beautiful old art form but in a modern sense, but also trying to make it commercialised but still handcrafted. Like to try and get that balance and make that viable is really, really hard. When I first started Bespoke, we only did wedding invitations. But then we kept on getting stores contacting me saying, we really love what you're doing and we're buying in letterpress cards from overseas and we don't want to, we want to support you, can't you make cards? So I started making a few greeting cards and the designs were really simple but they're really beautiful. You know, weddings were such a personalised process for that couple. But then I was like, by doing a card, there's so many other people I can get letterpress out to into the world. So we started doing more greeting cards, then we started doing gift tags, then we started doing wrapping paper, then notebooks and journals and planners, and it's kind of just spiraled on to a lot more stationery products since then. I think that I really like when people can buy our product and then they comment on the quality and they can feel that there's been so much energy and effort to make this humble card. Over the years, that quality is probably what's helped build the reputation that Bespoke now has. I'm really proud of what we created and I think I really like being able to try and create an experience for someone. So it's not just the experience that they get in buying the card or the product, but it's the experience that they get when they walk in and they can feel the heart and the soul in what we do and hear the thump of the press thumping away all day, and you know, that's the heart of what we do, I suppose. So there's roughly about 10 people who work for Bespoke during the course of the year. And then down in the press room there's Kane who prints with me. It takes a very particular type of person to be able to do letterpress printing, I think, and to be able to find the beauty in it and have the patience for it as well. So to be able to print side by side with someone who thinks and feels in the same way is really lovely. I do work with a lot of beautiful illustrators whose work I really admire. So regardless if I design it or I'm working with the illustrations, it's all done on computer. It's either done in Photoshop or Illustrator, depending on what type of file format we're working with. It goes through the whole process on screen. Once the design's finalised, it then gets sent to the plate makers who generate our plates that we use for printing. And then we get the plates back and then it gets ready for print. When I first started, I was working on foot-treadled, hand-fed 1890s presses, which are beautiful. It's a lot of work. That's the presses that I started the business on, and then over the years I kind of got to the point where I was like, okay, there's only so much I can use when I'm foot treadling. There's only so much I can produce in an hour when I'm foot treadling a press. Then I had to reinvent the wheel, I guess, working with Heidelbergs. And now Heidelbergs, it's like they're an extension to my arm. I don't even have to think about the press now. I feel like it becomes part of you and your being when you're working on it. When I'm printing, I'm so, I guess, into my own brain, into myself, and focused on the press that it's almost like a real escape as well. And I feel like you get so consumed in what you're printing and what the press is doing, and it's got that rhythmic thump when it's printing, which is just almost like your heartbeat. Every single day is different, and every single print run is different, every job is different, and I don't know what the future is. Definitely it's still stationery, it's still paper. I feel like I'm always pushing myself to come up with new designs, new ways of using our machines with its capacity that it's got, but to make things beautiful, and always pushing myself to make things better and better and better every year. Yeah, it's been an adventure, that's for sure. It's just magic printing. I don't think I'll ever tire. It's exhausting. It's physically exhausting, but it's just something that I feel like my hands are supposed to do.